Hello world and hello dear fans of Soulmate Debunked. My name is Susanna and I'm the creator of Soulmate Debunked. So this is going to be a two-part video series and it is titled Bubbles. So what I mean by bubbles is that I'm going to be talking about two types of bubbles. In this first part one, I'm going to be talking about the self-love bubble, and in part two, it's going to be called the couple bubble. All right, so for part one, this self-love bubble, what I mean by this is, okay, so even in these video episodes and lots of previous ones, I always talk about self-love. We talk about self-love as the ultimate priority, first and foremost, before even kind of going out to find love, I guess, in a relationship, right? So ultimately, you have to love yourself first before anybody can love you. And if you want to attract real, true, genuine love, it has to be inward first. And if you love yourself, then that's the kind of energy that you're going to project out there, and that's what you're going to attract, right? Okay, so, and then we also talked about kind of what self-love really means, and there's been, I guess I dedicated a previous episode to talking about that in extensive detail. And what we really mean by that is it's not even about, you know, there's actually sometimes a borderline between self-love and selfishness, you know, and a lot of people, when we talk about self-love, it's about honoring yourself, doing things for yourself first, so loving yourself and looking after your own needs first, setting your boundaries, right? But of course, some people can construe or perceive that as you being selfish when you set your own boundaries and you look after your needs first. So I get that. There can be a fine line for doing that. But what I'm here to talk about in today's episode is that, let's just say you're on this journey and you understand this whole thing about self-love. And again, why I bring this up is because I think I caught myself in this self-love bubble. And by that, it's really kind of basically me saying that, okay, well, I'm going to not put a protective bubble or shield around myself, but more so that, again, you know, I'm going to set my boundaries. I'm going to do things for myself first. I'm going to take care of my health, my mental, physical, spiritual wellness first and foremost. And I'm going to do things, buy things, eat things, whatever that makes me happy first. But what I realized in the process of doing that was, and of course, blocking out any negative kind of situations, people, scenarios. I wanted to avoid that because I'm all about building up for this nurturing and loving myself first. But what I found myself and what was happening was that I ended up putting this protective shield around myself because I was so concerned with not letting any negative energy reach in, because I wanted to kind of really build up and construct this whole self-love aspect of myself. That what I ultimately did was I actually created some kind of a bubble where I was afraid to put myself in situations or to meet people where I felt that they could be of detriment to me, or not of how can I say, positive influence for me. And so ultimately what I had to do was like, you know what? You still have to go and experience the good and the bad, and you learn from them, right? But you cannot be in such a situation where you love yourself and you're trying to protect yourself and set your boundaries, that you block yourself out from everything and everyone else, right? So that's what I mean by the self-love bubble. So in part two, I'm going to be talking about the couple bubble as well. Anyways, thank you again for watching. Lots of love. Stay tuned for part two, and please subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already. All right, bye for now.